They took their pints of beer outside and sat on a low, gap-toothed brick wall that separated the towpath from the yard of the pub. A Belgian hare cowered its ears in a warped hutch. A bantam cock strutted. Its tail feathers were unruffled.
You insulted me this morning, Carter.
How?
By inferring that I'm a prejudice man.
But you are.
I'm not. I once saw Aldershot play Tranmere Rovers, and you can't get less prejudice than that.
Who won?
The pork pies. I had to leave at half-time with a bad attack of the Tommy Lawtons.
He took a long sup from his pint of beer. He coughed and spluttered and fanned his brow with the peak of his cap.
Bloody hell, lad! She must have been bathing the Great Dane in this. And by the taste of it, she didn't take its collar off neither. Do you know, Carter, they've no idea how to brew ale in these parts, have they? True ale should be strong and creamy and make your knees throb on Friday nights. It should engender rings down the side of a glass denoting each of the drinker's swigs like the rings on a tree denote its age. It should stain old ladies' dentures and rot the stitches in the welts of industrial boots. True ale, Carter, should be northern ale. It should have muscle and sinew, and give you a backache on Sunday mornings when it's time to fill up the goal scuttle. It should be honest and assertive, masculine and dominant. It should grab you by the goalies and demand to be drunk in an atmosphere redolent of sawdust, spittoons and waistcoat pockets bulging with congealed treacle toffees. Not like this stuff. But this stuff's for tarts with dangling earrings. It's for managers of gas showrooms and silly buggers who ask questions on gardener's question time. It's for tennis players and Japanese tourists with flash attachments and too many teeth. It's for antique dealers, train spotters, Yanks, frogs, wops, makers of hamburgers, purveyors of hurricane lamps, lady javelin throwers of both sexes, mixed, taffs, jocks, people with big ears, people with boil scars on thin necks, Aussies, Arabs, Spics, and people with threads of spittle cloying between their lips. I'm not a prejudiced man, Carter, but this ale's not a patch on what we get at home, is it?
No. Do you fancy another one?
Too bloody true. Hey, and think on this time, will you?
What?
Ask her to liven it up by putting a few mouse droppings in it, eh?
Right.
The bantam cock scratched in the dust in the yard. It pecked at the toe of Uncle Mort's boot.
Give over, will you? Don't take it out on me just 'cause you're fed up with laying small eggs.
A small dredger wheezed past him, high-bowed and slim-waisted. The man at the tiller had a bulbous nose. He nodded at him and winked. Uncle Mort glowered and muttered softly to himself.
I can't stand people who nod at you and wink. In my opinion, folks like that should be put down at birth. They never are, though. They probably bribe the obstetricians.
Carter Brandon returned from the bar with 2 pints of beer.
Has she done with the Great Dane's ablutions, then?
Aye.
Uncle Mort took a sip from his beer, sniffed at it, wrinkled his nose and said,
Are you sure it wasn't a Dalmatian she was bathing, Carter?
The 2 elderly men appeared in the doorway of the pub, buttoning up their flies. They commenced to shuffle across the yard on their walking frames, and the bantam cock fluttered its wings and squawked.
Me dad used to keep hens once in the backyard.
Did he?
Aye. He had to get rid of them, though.
Why?
They got on his chest.
Oh, I see, they brought on his bronchitis, did they?
No. They used to creep through the bedroom window at night and get on his chest and peck his singlet. My mother put her foot down when their eggs started to taste of Vic.
Uncle Mort's eyelids closed softly. He dozed for a while, fluttering the fringe of his white silk muffler with his gentle snores. Carter Brandon stood on the towpath, watching the moorhens shepherding their chicks through the thickets of woods. They bobbed and bowed.
Come on, Uncle Mort. Time to hit the road.
Right, lad, right. I was just having this wonderful dream about Stockport.
What happened?
How the hell should I know? I were in Congleton at the time.
The 2 companions swilled themselves under the stoop-backed cold water tap in the yard and continued their journey. It clouded over. Thin skirmishes of rain whisked at the windscreen wipers. The blood-red beetle roared and swished. There were spindly wind pumps and drainage ditches in fat, black fields. A goat, tethered in the roadside verge, did not look up as they passed by. It was eating a newspaper. They splashed mud over the flanks of a boarded-up fish-and-chip shop.
I wonder what they're doing back home in the north now, Carter.
I don't know.
I do. They'll be indulging in all those noble activities what have made the northern way of life a bastion of Western civilization. Defacing public statues, blackleading tram lines, taking the neighbour's cat to be doctored, sucking chocolate laxatives, throwing bobbins at the parrot and sniffing the lodger's socks. By gum, Carter, the good old north of England, eh?
Hey up. You're not getting second thoughts, are you?
What about?
This holiday in the south.
No, lad, no. I'm enjoying every minute of it. Every second. It's right, champion. Is it time to go home now?
No, it is not. We've only just started.
We've only just started. 4 words that have forever blighted mankind's slow and solemn plod from the murky morass of creation. Hitler said it to Goering on the eve of the Battle of Britain. Your Auntie Edna said it to me on her honeymoon night, 2 minutes after hostilities had broken out in the conjugal container. We've only just started.
And with that, he rammed his cap firmly over his eyes and fell asleep. He dreamed of Aristotle. He was eating a pork pie and a tin of pilchards.
That was We've Only Just Started. Stephen Thorne played Uncle Mort, Sam Kelly was Carter Brandon, and Christopher Good was the elderly man. The narrator was Christian Rodska. Uncle Mort's South Country was written by Peter Tinniswood and produced by Pete Atkin.